Jimmy. Lights, camera, action. Some people thought I quit and I ain't giving satisfaction. From a different era, writing rhymes up on napkins. What you had to say was more important, man, than trapping. Yeah, I'm talking back and speaking of contemporary. Gotta spit the truth.
How was everybody this evening?
Here
Welcome to our Taste and Talk, Illadelphia Radio TV. So happy to be here. So happy to be here with the family. We are here. I am Jimmy Bonds, your host of the podcast, Jimmy Bonds Podcast, right on Illadelphia Radio. I'm here with our co-host, my man, Tati. Wow, what's good? How you feeling?
All good in the neighborhood, JB. Live from the 215.
Live from the 215. You know how we do. You know I can't forget the other coast. I love you, Miss Lady T. What's up, Lady T? How you doing?
I'm good. Thank you, fellas, for rolling out the red carpet and the flowers. I appreciate them always.
T, you know how we do. We got to give you bouquets of them, mama. Bouquets of them.
Yes.
Move right along, family. Remember, you can follow us on Instagram at Jimmy Bonds Podcast. You can follow us on Twitter at Podcast Bonds. Make sure you call. Leave us some comments at 844-844-1244. Again, that's 844-844-1244. You can also email us at jimmybondspodcast@gmail.com. Again, that's jimmybondspodcast@gmail.com. It's JIMMYBONDS. podcast@gmail.com. Move right along, family. I want to first recognize this show. This show is brought to you by Daily Dressings. Woo! Shout out to Daily Dressings, our sponsor for the show. Yes. All the love.
Yes.
We appreciate y'all.
Yes.
Definitely, Daily Dressings, we appreciate you, Tierra. We love y'all. Thank y'all for the love. Thank y'all for the support. This show is about relationships. More along, it really started from us having conversations about our experiences as black men and black women relating to relationships. We found that there was a lot of miscommunication, a lot of misconceptions, a lot of misunderstandings, and we felt that let's bring the family together, have a discussion so we can try to get down to the bottom of what is really the problem. Is there a problem or is there not a problem? Okay. So on this episode, we're going to be talking about relationships, more in turn, really, older relationships versus new age relationships. Okay? So, I got you on that one. So, with that being said, I want to also shout out our chef for the night. Shout out to my man Ty T.Y., Major Flavor Catering. Thank you, Ty, for the food. And the sous chef, shout out to my sister out here, Tisha, doing her thing. Shout out to Tisha.
Bon appetit.
I want to also introduce you to the rest of our team. My man David over here, he is our film guy. He does our film, so we thank David. Shout out to David. We thank you, brother.
Yes.
And you can't forget my sister Kia Owens. Thank you, Kia, for always showing up and doing what you do, sis.
Yes.
Last but not least, certainly, I got to thank my blood. Shout out to my brother Jelani. Appreciate you, bro, for being here. Thank you so much, man. But, you know, the thing about it is, I want to remind everybody of the house rules. And I'm going to tell you, I feel very confined right here. Do y'all mind if I stand up and come talk to y'all? Y'all mind if I do that?
There you go.
I know that's crazy. Y'all like, what? Don't get out of camera, Jimmy.
On the floor.
But I feel like I need to be close to y'all right now because I need y'all energy. I need y'all feelings. I need y'all love because it's some great people in here. Shout out to my man Mike. Shout out to Mike. I got my mama in here, right? I haven't seen her in years, so I want to thank her for being here.
Hi, Mom.
Mama.
Thank you for coming, Mom.
Well, this is my mama in the sense of a woman who's known me since I was born, pretty much. So, Mama Rita, I thank you for being here. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Shout out to my brother Aaron, Big Aaron in the building. Thank you, Aaron, for coming. Pastor Aaron, shall I say? Yes. God bless, brother. God bless. We got Sister Lucinda in here. Mama Lucinda, thank you so much for coming. Lucinda Johnson, she is an author, so everybody make sure you go get her book, Soulful Love, Finding Soulful Love.
Yes.
Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all so much. We got some great people here. I want to also introduce Miss Lynn Austin. Hugs across America. Thank you so much, Lynn. Lynn is an advocate for cancer survivors and cancer education. So we thank you for all she does. Thank you, Lynn, for your work. Thank you for your love. Appreciate you. Lynn is going to be having a podcast starting soon, and you know why I know that? Because I'm going to be helping her with it. Thank you, Lynn. We love you.
Yes.
We love you. We love you. We also got some family here. I want to shout out to Kiera's daughter. Thank you so much, Kiera, for coming. We appreciate y'all. Appreciate everybody. And at this table right here, this table is the fly table. I mean, all the tables are fly table, but this table is the sponsor table.
That's the money-making table. You standing there right there.
Listen, this table right here, I should be sitting at this table with them. You know what I mean? That's what I should be doing. But this table here is for our sponsors, so shout out to Daily Dressings. I wanted to make sure that you guys know about Daily Dressings and what they got going on. So, Tierra, do you mind a few words about daily dressings. Thank you, sis. Thank you.
Hi, how y'all doing tonight? My name is good. How y'all doing tonight?
Hey! Yes.
So I'm Tiara T or Tiara B. I'm the owner and founder of Daily Dressings, the brand. We are a Philly-based woman-owned brand. We offer 18-karat gold-plated stainless steel jewelry that's vintage-inspired. A few of my girls here are rocking the pieces like Tish and like Shoo Shoo. They've been supporters. We're hitting 5 years this year to celebrate our... Yes, to celebrate our brand, and to celebrate the 5 years, we're actually in the process of filming a documentary. Yes. We're going to be showcasing that process on how we did it and how we came this far, but we're also going to show how we worked with local creatives to make that happen, and how, well, we don't need this, we don't need that, we don't need to look for here. Like, we are building the table. And so that documentary is going to be dropping soon. We're going to have a film premiere event in the city. Everything's going to be local, diverse, brown and black owned. Everything involved will be local, diverse, brown and black owned. Make sure you follow at Daily Dressings to stay tuned, to lock in. Tap in, because we constantly do events throughout the city. We sell online, and then we also are set up in a black-owned, woman-owned boutique called Vera Doyle right in Germantown. So definitely tap in, follow at Daily Dressing, stay tuned, and thank you so much to Illadelphia Radio. I'm really excited to be here, so we're going to continue supporting.
Sister Tiara, we thank you, we thank you, we thank you. And not last but not least, I hate that phrase. That phrase bothers me sometimes. But we have somebody in here that just launched her business, and she just did a ribbon cutting ceremony yesterday.
Yes, she did.
I want to make sure we acknowledge her. So give a shout out to Miss Monica Jones, Home Well Services. Thank y'all to Miss Monica Jones.
Congratulations.
You know, the thing about black businesses, we have to always support black business because we are black people. That is the only way we're going to continue to thrive, because they're not going to give us what we need. We have to do it for ourselves. So when we see black businesses, our biggest thing is let's make sure we support our black businesses, male, female, gender identity. I don't care. If they look like us, please do what you got to do. Help them out. I know how we are, but we're going to get better. So let's make sure we support our black businesses, family. So we're going to move right along. We're going to get right to the questions. Yes. You know, I just wanted to make sure I got out here and got some energy from the crowd, because I love this. This is important. This is love. Yes. So let's get to our relationship, Sister T. You got the first question?
Okay, so here we go. All right. Am I reading this? Because this is you. This sounds like stats. That sounds like
that's stats. Hey,
go ahead, do your stats,
I got
baby.
you.
Go ahead, do your stats.
I got you. All right, so, you know, when we look at relationships, one of the things we talked about was relationships are so broad. And there's a difference between how people view relationships today and how they were viewed previously before. So on this topic, we're going to be talking about the older generation relationships and the newer generation relationships. So what we wanted to talk about, the first question is, what is the difference between the generations, from the older generation and newer generation? Can somebody help us out with that? T, what do you think, what's the difference between what it used to be like and what it's like today?
Okay, so from what I know or how I grew up, the man was always the breadwinner. With that being said, the mom stayed at home. She took care of the children. She tended to the house. And the father, the man of the house, was the breadwinner. Well, we're in new times now, because now the mom and the dad work. So at this point, everybody has to do their share. Which makes it a little bit different as far as relationships are concerned. You have to appreciate the other half. It's no longer because I'm making more money than you that, you know, what I say goes and the rules don't apply because, you know, you're making less money than me. If we're both working a 9 to 5, then everything is split down the middle and all rules apply. And everybody's feelings are valid regardless of how much money you make, if you're the breadwinner or not. But that's just my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, valid. Anybody got any comments, questions?
Concerns?
No? Ty? What would you think, Ty? What you think about it, man? How relationships changed from when you was, you know, fly boy back in the day till now?
Well, with the younger generation, well, I'll put it to you like this. The older generations, so for the most part, there's been like a stratagem for our division as far as men and women.
Right.
That's what I say. And I think it's done by social engineering.
Okay.
And there's been a big split between men and women from 40 years ago up until now.
Yeah.
Whereas before it was more family-oriented, and you didn't have so much of a big divorce rate back then as you do now.
Yeah.
You know? Hold on. Call from Jesus. I gotta take this. No, but right. But it's been a stratagem for our division, and social engineering has caused that division between men and women. We're more so in competition with each other now.
Yeah.
Yes,
You
we
know?
Yeah.
It's like a lot of competition, trying to outdo each other.
Okay.
You know, so that's where I'm at with it. The younger generation, I don't know, man. They got their own thing going on.
Yeah, it's true.
And it's just crazy with them.
It's true. It's
Jesus
true.
Christ is really trying to get in contact with you.
It's called with
You better talk to him. So we got. Does anyone feel any different? Is there a difference between the older generation, younger generation?
Is there a comment in the crowd? Anyone?
No one.
No one?
No one. We good.
So
We good.
Okay.
Wait, we got a comment right here.
Yeah,
We
right
got
here.
yes.
Okay,
We
go
got
ahead.
here. We got a comment right here.
I'm at the table, okay? Well, I feel like in today's time, and what's the problem with the generations and the relationships are some of the men in today's generation aren't willing to get out there and work as hard as the women are.
okay.
So it's creating a divide. Like you said, it's a divide, but most of the women are doing all of the work, not just half of the work.
Okay.
So it's becoming a problem with some of the relationships.
Now, and I have a question. When you say that the women are doing all of the work, what exactly do you mean?
Most of the women are working and taking care of the household and taking care of the responsibilities, the kids. Men are just barely doing anything, doing the bare minimum. Like yes, they may meet you halfway, but then some of them are just doing the bare minimum. Like, they can help more and be active and, like you said, raise the family and be in a community setting. Like, but they're not.
Do you think there's a reason for that? Do you think? I mean, because sometimes we make statements from our point of view and how things are, but there's also a other side to that. You know, the employment rate for black men is the lowest in this country.
Yes.
Like, that's the one demographic of people in this country that cannot get a job.
Yes.
So when you make statements like that, you got to think about it more from an angle of, you don't know if that black man decides, and it could be different. You know, you might date outside his race, but I mean just more in general to our culture. But you don't know if that black man has been on 5 or 6 interviews and has been turned away several times. So he might feel like, what's the point?
Yes, that is true. Understood.
So I mean, I'm only phrasing that for you to give your answer.
No, I feel that, but I also feel like the men are, that's hard for them. They don't have like the opportunities that black women have. Yes, that is definitely a fact. It's factual. But when it comes to putting forth the effort, some men don't even put forth the effort. Yeah, you're gonna get turned away from. You may go to 6 interviews. It may be 6 no's. There may be then you keep going to 6 more. In that 6 more, it may be a yes. But some of them are not even willing to take the bare minimum just to bring $1 home. This is a personal experience.
Yeah, that was my next question. Have you experienced that before?
I experienced this. This is an experience. But I mean, but when someone is willing to put forth their pride to take the bare minimum to help out the household, like, women will be more receptive of that. But some of them are like, oh, I'm not taking that. I can't. That's nothing. No, how about you really put forth the effort and you have a good woman who is willing to stand by you until you get something better. But some of them don't even want to work that. And they want to cheat. They want to do this. They want to do that. Then women get fed up. Then we're done.
Thank you.
Like that. Thank you.
Now,
Thank you for it. Yeah,
now,
I
the lady
appreciate
next
that.
to
I
you.
appreciate that.
Yes. You had a comment.
See, and this is what I love. We have an older generation and a younger generation and a mixed generation. We got different age ranges, so people can really talk about it. I'm sorry. Go right ahead. Go right ahead.
Okay, and your comment, Miss? Go ahead.
My comment is basically stating that if you don't know and you haven't been taught, you can't do.
Yeah.
Nice. Yes.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if there's no one to lead or teach you or show you, you're not going to. And
Okay.
if it's not interesting, then it's not interesting. So to say things have changed generationally, but also choices have changed.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if your choice is to live a certain life, live a certain way, you go by social media, you go by other people's standards, you go by, and you're missing all of the information, the learning part, nothing's going to work.
Okay.
Nothing's going to pan out. You're not going to get what you need. You're not going to seek what you want.
Yeah.
You're not going to find what you want.
Yeah.
So in lieu of the male and female thing, I feel as though as a female, we need more masculinity.
Okay.
There's a period of...
Can I ask you this real quick? You said more masculinity. Does that mean do you mean women need to be more masculine, or do you mean
No, we are
women need
everything
more,
already.
You need
We are
more.
everything already.
You need more
Yes.
men,
We
more
We are
men to be
everything
masculine.
already.
You know.
We are the male and female
Yes.
initially.
Okay.
So everything that, and I'm not trying to below anybody or beneath anybody, but everything the male gets is from us. We are the all. We are. You have to learn from us. Once you disrespect the vessel, nothing works. Nothing works. Too much disrespect has been placed on us globally. So that affects any relationship and all relationships. So if we're the main one that's being disrespected, and I think respect is the key to any relationship,
Yeah, true that.
no matter what.
For sure.
Respect
For sure.
brings
For
communication.
sure.
Respect brings everything flows through that. So if you don't have any respect from the door or coming through the door or however you enter, then there's going to be a break in the foundation. So you're not going to be built. And I say we need more masculinity because of the fact that y'all are missing.
Okay.
Why are we missing?
Men are missing.
Why you think we're missing?
Y'all switch lanes.
Oh. Okay.
No, I'm not
Okay,
saying.
no.
Not all.
No. These aren't blanket
let me
statements.
be
These aren't
clear.
blanket
Speak
statements.
your piece.
These
Speak
aren't
your
blanket
piece.
statements.
Speak
No,
your
no.
piece. Yes.
Men tend to switch lanes depending on the need or
Okay.
the want.
Okay.
Okay.
1 minute they'll say, "Oh yeah, I want to be this great guy, this wonderful father figure, this everything," but they don't know how. So, and then when you don't do, just like with the job situation, you give up. You can't get it right, you just give up. So then we, in turn, incorporate that in everything, and then there's a disconnect.
Okay.
So until things get rectified, until we bring our men back, we got to bring them back in.
Oh.
Everybody's damaged.
Hey.
Everybody's damaged. This
Yeah.
world has damaged
Woo.
everyone.
Oh, we got some comments on this one.
Okay.
We got some comments. No, but this is no. Let her finish. Let her finish what she was saying. Then we make
And
sure to
that
get the
leads
comments.
to when she was making comments about the healing. It starts with healing.
Yeah.
You have to notice it first. You have to want it first.
Yeah. Yeah.
And once the individual heals, they can be that person
For sure.
that needs to be for you or whomever. That's the way I look at it.
Right.
Okay. Thank
Let's give a round of applause. That's great comments. Great comments. Great comments. Who was next? Who had a comment? Brother Mike. Stand up for us, brother Mike. Stand up for us, man. Stand up for us.
I just wanted to comment on the aspect of disrespect, because a lot of times we look in the mirror and we look at all the disrespect that happens to us, but then there's never, there's never like the, are we the only one though? It's always like a clash. You know what I mean? Like we're getting, despite what people might think, men are getting disrespected just as bad. There's no like, our women are getting more disrespected. Because honestly, with the new generation, I go back to accountability. There's a lot of like lack of self-respect on both sides. The young men are killing each other. Young women are just, I don't want to say like, just to like, because it's, I don't want to.
Now say what you're gonna say, Mike.
So,
Don't bite
like-
your tongue, Mike.
Throw it out there.
Don't bite your tongue, Mike.
Throw it
like-
out there.
You with family, Mike. Everybody gonna judge you.
So listen,
Let's say what you're gonna
right?
say, Mike.
So my thing is like, a lot of times, women will point the finger like, oh, men are bad, this, that, and the third. But it's like, y'all allow us to do a lot.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
So it's like, there needs to be a certain level of accountability when it comes to what you allow in your relationships. So if you want that respect from a man, like, yo, I want him to respect my body. I want him to respect my thoughts. I want him to respect my spirit. We can't be having sex the first night that I meet you, respectfully. We can possibly, depending on what type of conversations we were having. Like if we got like an enlightening conversation and we talking about things that are like aligning up the way that, you know, we see things and, you know, that's how we met, that's cool. But at the same time, most men, I mean, a lot of men these days, that's what they want. You know what I mean? That's like, they see you as like a not necessarily a prize, but like a feat. Like, oh, let me see if I can get her. Because that's the times that we're living in. But if that's not what you're looking for and actively seeking, you can't participate in those activities and expect those results. So it's like, for me, the difference between the younger generation now and the older generation is there's like a divide in spirituality in regards to like how much you respect your own vessel.
Okay.
And there's like this whole movement of like, oh, we should just be free to do whatever we want. But it's like, sure, but that comes with spiritual repercussions.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah. I got you.
But again, in regards to the respect thing, you got to respect yourself and love on yourself first.
Yeah.
If you want to get that from somebody else.
That's true. That's
At the
true.
end of the day.
All right.
Appreciate
Thank
the
you so
comment,
much,
Mike.
Summit. Thank you
Let's
so
give
much.
Mike a round of
Thank you so much.
applause.
All right. Woo! Thank you, Mike.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
So we have so the way this is going. You good? I appreciate everybody's input and engagement and comments. We're going to move on to the next question. Is everybody okay with that? We're going to move on to the next question?
Yes.
All right. What's up? I'm going to hit him. I'm going to hit him with from the gutter. Let's get him from the gutter. I'm going to ask this question because I think this is a question we need to ask. In terms of where we are today, is monogamy realistic?
Okay, so when you say that, can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Can you give everybody the definition of monogamy?
Ooh, that's a good question.
All right, so I mean, break it down.
One person, single relationship, two people come together, they're committed to each other, whether it's a marriage or just commitment.
Okay.
And that's all there is. There's nobody outside of that. This is one person that I'm dealing with, and that's it. That's my definition of it. I don't know what the actual Webster dictionary definition is, but that's my definition. That's what I would say it is. So monogamy is, if I'm with you, I'm with you. I'm not with anybody else.
Oh, man.
That's monogamy. That's monogamy.
Okay,
I'm saying.
So your question again was?
Is monogamy realistic? In today's age, and where we live in, social media, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, life coming, DMs,
Can I
twerking, all that. Is monogamy realistic?
Okay, can I answer that?
Yeah.
Okay, so with the newer generation, that does not exist. They have so many relationship rules now, poly something something, bio something something. You know what I mean? Right now, there are 3 and 4 people in one relationship, and everybody's fine with it. So this new generation, they didn't mess it up for we older people, and I'm gonna put myself in the older people category. You know, I mean, I grew up with the if I was dating you, and we made sure that, you know, we made the verbal announcement that we are together. We're a couple now. We're what do they call it? Not strictly going together, but yeah, I mean, but it's a word
committed,
for
right?
it though.
Exclusive.
Exclusive. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Exclusive. You know, if I say that, you know, we're exclusive, then it's me and you. But this new generation, I'm exclusive with her, but I'm also exclusive with him. You know, it's so confusing. And I, for the life of me, and it's just me, I don't know how they do it, and I can't. Are you not afraid? Did the HIV, AIDS, and none of this meant anything to this new generation? Because they are so willing to be with this one, that one, and the other one. But again, I'm from the older generation, so I just feel some kind of way. But any questions, comments, concerns?
Oh yeah, we got to get Kiara on this one.
I see a hand in the back.
We got to get Kiara on this one. She's a younger generation. We got to get a younger point of view on this one. Because I don't think it's realistic.
I mean, I'm only 26, so I guess I am the youngest generation, but I don't feel like much has changed. I feel like we just have more access to stuff, because back in the day, men used to have a family here, a family there, a family there. So I don't think much has changed. I just think that we can see more and women have more freedom, so we're allowed to pick and choose what we want to do. So I think that's what it is. I don't think that much has really changed. Yeah.
As a secret.
Thank you.
Or hid it is now out there and more relevant, and more people are following those new guidelines that they see now, because it was like, oh, well, if it was okay then it must be okay now. We just didn't know then. That phrase, if I only knew what I knew then,
exactly,
that I know now.
Mm-hmm.
I can dig it.
They got you, Jimmy.
I think it personally, okay, personally, I'm old school. Okay. I'm an old school dude. I got new age tendencies, but I'm an old school dude.
So you don't mind 4 wives?
Don't go there, okay? I got people watching that look funny. No, I think that monogamy is about what you make it.
Okay.
You know, I think a lot of times we think about monogamy and we be like, oh man, I want to be locked down for the rest of my life. And it's way more than being locked down or being, conformed to somebody. It's about longevity with that person. It's about growing with that person. It's about understanding that person as they change 10 years down the road. And I think that we look at monogamy as the term monogamy. We don't look at what comes along with the relationship over a period of time. And that's my biggest thing. I think that, you got something to say?
I just want to be sarcastic for 2 seconds.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Because, I'm a whole entire female. I'm a whole entire girl. And one thing I know for sure is I love to multitask, okay? So with this, I can only be with one person, but I'm a whole entire female. I can love everybody. Do you not see me love on my husband, love on my children, love on my grandchildren, love on everybody that is a family member? I'm just saying I can, as much loving as I'm doing, I can love on somebody else.
But
I'm just saying, I was just going.
You being playing devil's advocate.
Yes,
but I just think that it's monogamy is something that we have to really, you got to look at it from a standpoint. Some people don't want to live that life. Some people want to have an open relationship. They want to be able to love who they want to love. They want to be able to go see who they want to see with no comment and no questions asked. Some people prefer somebody to come home to every night, and that's their life.
But why come home to one person when you can come home to 3? Oh. Yes.
I don't know. Listen. Look. I'm a dude. Having 3 different women to deal with at one time is a lot of work. Okay.
I'm just saying. They have done it in the past.
They can do it, but it costs a lot of money. That's first of all. It costs a lot of time. Costs a lot of energy. Costs a lot of risk. You know what I mean?
This is what the California King Bed has been made for.
But if that's the life you want to live. Not everybody is Nick Cannon. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody has billions of dollars and can have 5 different women at one time. That's not life. Okay. But I think we have to understand monogamy is really about what you make it.
Okay.
So is it realistic? Yeah, if you feel like it is realistic.
But for this new generation, it may be unrealistic.
For the new generation, it's realistic for about 2 years.
Okay.
And then after that's not realistic no more.
Okay.
That's so elegant, right?
Does anybody else have a comment?
Is monogamy realistic, family? We got one in the back. We got comment in the back. That looks like Pastor Aaron. Oh, we got to get this from the pastor. Ooh. Take us to church, Pastor. Take us to church.
Mm-hmm. I'm not going to take you to church, but I am going to be honest. I think as we're talking about the difference between cross generations, there was a generation of baby boomers where there was adultery. There was secret relationships. And millennials and Generation Xers, such as us, there's now people are introducing and coming in saying, this is what I am. In ancient times, it was about what you can afford.
Hey.
So therefore, the whole polyamorous conversation has to go back to, are you open to that? Is your spirituality fit to that? How do you deal with that? And I just wanted to comment something else. As a pastor and counselor, I speak to black women around the country and around the world, literally. My travel schedule.
Oh, yeah.
And literally, to the sister's comment that started off the conversation, I encourage black women, sometimes we meet people and we try to convert that brother, or we try to make that brother into what we want. We have a perception of what we want in a relationship.
Oh, yeah, come on, Pastor.
And as men and women, we try to make each other, or if it's 6 months, I can change them.
Yeah.
But maybe we should date within our tax bracket.
Nice.
Ah.
Yes. Yes.
Ah. That's
Now,
right.
Don't get me wrong. There was a baby boomer generation, and it was promoted in our families and in the churches. Just get a good man.
Right.
Just get a good woman.
Yeah.
Because we're both Christians, or we're both Muslims, or we're both Jehovah's Witnesses. It'll work. But maybe if you got a doctorate, you should date somebody with a doctorate, like our counterparts.
Yeah.
And they are out there.
Yeah.
They are out there.
Yes.
Are you willing to put yourself in those circles where they are?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love it.
Now you had a
I
question,
love it.
ma'am?
Great comment. Thank you for the comment, Pastor. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that.
Thank you. Thank you, Pastor. Ma'am.
That one threw me a bit. Because then you're putting constraints on how people interact with each other.
Okay.
And when above and below, you put a dynamic into I'm up here and you're down here, that creates a different dynamic in a relationship where you think you're better than me, or I think I'm better than you, or you're not at my level, so we not going to do anything because you're beneath me.
That right there.
And when people pick that up, you get what you ask for.
Yep. Yes.
You get exactly what you asked for, spiritually and physically.
What she said.
So, I feel as though people should, first of all, it has to start with a conversation.
Yes.
If you don't open your mouth, you're not going to know what level anybody's on.
Closed mouths don't get fed.
You're not going to know. You get to know people. Before you jump into anything, get to know, ask some questions. Just ask some questions. Have a conversation. If you can't get past a question, then next. Okay, we can't have a conversation about the moon, the sky, something happened in the street. We not engaged that way?
Yeah.
Next.
Yeah.
Move on. Move over. There is always someone out. There's someone out there. I'm still waiting. But there's someone out there. I know it is. But I know exactly what I want. I'm not trying to make or shape anyone. I know he's going to appear.
Right.
He's going to be at that time, at that place.
Yeah.
We will meet. And we will know. Until then, I'm not ready for it. Because most of us don't have time for the games.
Yeah.
Most of us don't have time for the BS.
Yes.
People are living beyond their means.
Stand
People
your
are
ground.
acting something completely different than what they do on social media. You see them in real life, they're different.
Yes.
You see them behind the scenes, they're different. Oh,
yep.
this, that, and the other. And it's male and
Yes.
female. It's not gender specific. It's
Exactly.
everyone.
Yes.
So until someone can respectfully communicate and respectfully engage without leveling up or leveling below,
Okay.
or belittling themselves, because there's been plenty of times I played dumb just to see how smart, stupid people are. So,
Yes.
I mean, that's just the only thing. That's all I have to say.
Thank you so much.
Thank y'all. Thank you. We appreciate all the comments and the input.
Yes.
We had another hand up. Okay, well, hold on. Wait. 1 second. We're going to take a quick break.
Yes.
We got some people got to go to the bathroom, get their life together. I understand. Like, let's do that. For coming out tonight and joining us for this tasting talk. This is great conversation. Are y'all having a good time?
Yeah.
Wait.
I can't hear you.
Are y'all having a good time? That's what I'm talking about.
We'll be back after this short
We'll
break.
be right back. Illadelphia Radio, Jimmy Bond's podcast, our Taste and Talk family. Remember, you can always call us with your comments and questions, 844-844-1244. Again, that's 844-844-1244. You can also email us at jimmybondspodcast@gmail.com. Again, it's jimmybondspodcast@gmail.com. It's JIMMYBONDS podcast@gmail.com. We'll be right back, family. Jimmy Bond's podcast, Illadelphia Radio TV, Taste and Talk. We'll be right back.
Hey, this is Michael from Abu Dhabi. Listen to Jimmy Bond's podcast on Illadelphia Radio.
Welcome back to the Jimmy Bond's podcast on Illadelphia Radio. We thank you for listening. Remember, family, you can call us at 844-844-1244. Again, it's 844-844-1244. You can also email us at jimmybondspodcast@gmail.com. Again, it's jimmybondspodcast@gmail.com. That's JIMMYBONDS
BONDS podcast at gmail.com. And we ready, and welcome back, family. Illadelphia Radio, TV, Taste and Talk. Thank y'all for coming out. Thank y'all for supporting. Shout out to the whole squad. Everybody in here is just having a good time. Like, I love the fact that people come together. You know what's dope, though? You know what's great? You know what's great?
Gentlemen.
You know what's great?
Ladies, gentlemen, we're ready to start the show.
You know what's great? You know what's great?
We're ready.
You know what's great? I'm gonna tell you what's great. Let me tell you what I find is great. This is how you know sometimes God has a way of working in certain situations, right? So there's so many people in here that know each other that we didn't know that know each other. So sometimes you show up to places and you're like, I don't know nobody. I'm gonna just sit down. I'm gonna be quiet, you know. But then you be like, oh snap, I know her. Like how do I know her? You know what I'm saying? So like this table right here, you can tell this table is like, this is the table that they know each other, and they catching up on old times. You know, see, they're not paying no attention to me, so it's like, you know what I'm saying? Look at this. I love it, though. This is what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be camaraderie. It's supposed to be love. We as black people have to make sure we come together more than they want to divide us. So let's make sure we keep that together. I think that's the most important thing. You know, we got the break. We had a break, had a great time, got a raffle going on. Special shout out again to Daily Dressings. Give them a shout out. Much love to Daily Dressings, our sponsor for the event. And Tierra, you're doing your thing, sis. You're doing your thing. Appreciate you. I got to get some of that jewelry so I can be iced out and blinged out. You know, I like gold. You know, I don't like calling myself a king, but I like gold. You know what I mean? So let's get it popping. But move right along, fam. We're gonna bring the show right back. Thank y'all for coming. Taste and Talk, Jimmy Bond's podcast. We gonna kick it right back off. Get back to the questions. So welcome back. Remember, you call us with your comments and questions at 844-844-1244. Again, that's 844-844-1244. You can also email us at jimmybondspodcast@gmail.com. Again, that's jimmybondspodcast@gmail.com. It's JIMMYBONDS podcast@gmail.com. And as we come back to our conversation, talking about relationships, one of the questions that was asked was, have the roles in relationships changed? Oh, you gonna pick up the mic on this one? Oh, you picked this one up, huh? Look, she was counting the tickets. Now she talking. So I mean, we asked. Oh, my bad. You know what? When we came back I asked the question, but that's my mistake. Mike, my fault, boy. Mike, I want to make sure we get your comment in. So before we came back from break, I said, Mike, we'll make sure we get Mike's comment. Brother Mike, go ahead, man. Do what you do, boy.
I just wanted to say that one of the biggest aspects to relationships that we're forgetting these days is the friend aspect of a boyfriend and a girlfriend.
Oh, yeah.
And nowadays it just seems like, the person that you want to be with is supposed to be like your best friend, in my opinion. At least that's how I look at it. Yeah. Call me traditional, call me old school, call me a dying breed, whatever you want to call it.
You a dying breed.
I don't know what it is. But it's like nowadays, if you have an issue with your significant other, people are more prone to asking someone else outside of their relationship about advice as opposed to like just discussing it with that person.
Yeah.
And then it's like they want to point a finger and say, oh, accountability this, but it's like, why are you talking to people outside of our relation, outside of us, outside of each other? If we're supposed to be building a foundation, you can't be calling somebody else to come do the construction work. That makes no sense.
Oh.
Say that again.
Say
it one more time. Say it again.
What you say?
If we're trying to build a foundation with each other, you can't outsource, the construction. So when it comes to like being somebody's friend, it's like, hey, what's the best interest of my person? You know what I mean? Like if I have a problem with my person, why am I asking people that aren't even in successful relationships for advice?
Sure.
You know what I mean? If my goal is marriage, why am I talking to some people who've been divorced multiple times about my relationship? Because clearly they don't know how to make it work. So I don't know. I tell people just, get in tune with yourself, have a relationship with God first and grow that spirituality and that self-awareness and self-respect. So that when you go into a relationship with somebody else, you can see that light in somebody else, and you can literally just meet that person and see like, yo, this is somebody that is going to be more than just a date. This is somebody that's going to be more than me just swiping left on an app.
Ooh,
like, so, I don't know. That's all I'm saying.
All right.
What they do? Don't they be snapping when people say good stuff? Don't they be like? Is that what they do? They be clapping? Yeah, they get a whistle. Yeah, touche, Mike. Touche, boy. Touche, man.
But you know what? And just to throw what Mike was saying, if you're in a relationship with somebody and you're having a problem with your significant other, why are you going to talk to the person that's single that ain't never had no relationship before? What she know about a relationship, and why are you asking her? I mean, I'm just saying, but yeah, Mike, what you had said.
True. That. Oh, Tisha, what you got? Yeah, go ahead, Tisha.
Not necessarily what he said.
Go.
Okay, how you guys doing? I'm Mama Cedar. So,
Mama Cedar in the building. Mama Cedar in the building.
Say no. So what I want to say is, because my husband and I are working on our first year of marriage.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And so, okay, you guys, it's personal, but y'all signed that contract. So, I'm a stay-at-home mom, okay? As you know, they be abbreviating it now. The young kids abbreviate it now. But I'm a stay-at-home mom. So when I wanted to get back to work, I asked my husband, like, tap me in. I want to go back to work. I love serving. So I was like, I can do something part-time. I can serve some breakfast. I'll come back home. So he decided to stay home with the children, okay? Y'all listening? Oh, update. My son is 4. My daughter's 1, okay? So he held it down for a while. I'm a great waitress, so I was bringing home fast cash, if you know about fast cash. It was coming home quick. And then he did get overwhelmed, right? Now, as a wife, I really appreciated him communicating, because women, listen up, we need communication. So instead of judging him, I was like, thank you for communicating. He like, yeah, I need you back home. When I tell you guys, even though it made me sad, because I'm like, yo, I just got my feet wet back in the work world, we had a conversation, and it was due to my son's behavior, but my husband looked me in my face, and the respect and appreciation he had by actually staying home with those kids. He was like, you had them speaking 2 languages, you had them knowing and I mean, my son was on it. You know what I mean? And it's not disrespect to my husband that my son kind of got off of his routine, because we did decide to trade, but you know, we noticed my son was kind of wheeled back a little bit with all the education stuff, and he was like, you're not just cooking, you're not just cleaning, you're not just being a wife, but you're the way that you are hands-on with the babies and actually teaching them. So with the subject and matter, I have my own experience of kind of just staying at home and actually allowing him to be a man and allowing him to trade places, for example. Just because he was home with those kids, I didn't look at him as anything less, but I'm saying that to say I know that he appreciated me before, but I don't think that I really ever got the thanks that I did. And so he was really in my shoes and really dealing with it on a day-to-day basis and realizing I was coming home from work and I was still cooking and cleaning and doing everything else. And he was like, yeah, I can't do it. Like, you got it. And I was, for us, that works for us. I'm not saying it works for everybody, but I do know that it did bring us closer relationship-wise as far as the conversations we did have to have, because they were hard. But when the hard conversations were done, we were closer. The relationship with him and the kids, he never had no experience of being home like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I felt like it was good for him to know what it was like, 3 meals a day, snack, diapers. I mean, it's nonstop.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's my comment, you guys.
I mean, I think that's thank you, first of all. Thank you for your comment. Thank you, Tisha. Appreciate it. I think this is a perfect segue to the question of, has gender roles changed, right? And you said your husband was a stay-at-home dad. People don't know about me. A lot of people don't know my life. I was a stay-at-home dad for a long period of time. I took care of my kids from pretty much out of the womb. She carried them for 9 months. My daughter's 8. My son is 5. Now I'm a single dad. Now I'm a single dad. So I'm with my kids all the time. And sometimes we think that the roles are, the woman's supposed to take care of the kid, the dad's supposed to go out and work. Sometimes those roles don't work in that relationship. Sometimes you get to the point where I didn't know anything about being a parent except what my mother taught me. So because of what my mother taught me, this is how I teach my kids. My dad wasn't around, right? So I say all that to say that we sometimes think as men, men are lazy because they don't want to work, or men don't want to take care of the kids, or men don't want to do these kind of things. When you're thrown into the fire, you don't have a choice to do it. You really don't care about what people think. You're just going to do it, no matter what. Anybody who knows me, they see me on a regular basis, they like, yo, Jimmy, you always got them kids, because I do. And I love it. I love my kids. I wouldn't change it for the world. But I will tell you this, like, the single dad factor and the single mom factor, the role changes, the gender changes, they're definitely looked at differently in terms of our society. They're definitely viewed differently in terms of our society. And I think we have to kind of break those notions as far as what gender is and what a person does, what their role is in their family, because we all can take care of these kids that we got to raise.
Okay, so I have a question for you because you were a stay-at-home dad. Do you think because you were a stay-at-home dad that you should receive praise?
You know what I think? I'm going to tell you what I honestly think. We are far and few.
Okay.
We're unicorns. Okay?
Okay.
So I wouldn't ask somebody for no praise. Don't praise me. No, that's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
But acknowledge me.
Okay.
Acknowledge what I do. Give me honor in telling me that, yo, bro, like, you doing it right now.
Okay.
And I think that's all men want. That's all anybody wants is to be acknowledged. It's to say that I recognize that you're doing this either on your own or you the stay-at-home parent. I used to take my daughter to school every morning with my son strapped to my chest. Okay? Pre-K. I was the moms. Like I can relate to a single mom more than she would relate, understand that I'm relating to her. I could probably sit in a room full of single moms and be quiet and see that I can relate to all the things they're going through. And they don't know that I'm going through them the same things because they think that since I'm a man, those things don't happen to me, right?
Okay. So my next question to you is, you said that you just wanted to be acknowledged for all of the hard work that you do for being a single dad and doing what you do.
Yeah.
But my question to you is, do the moms that stay home with the children get acknowledgement?
They should.
Do they, though?
I think they do.
Okay.
I think they do. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you why. I'll tell you why I think they do. Let me just give my response, and then I'll let the audience make sure we get their insight.
Okay.
Okay. I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Mother's Day comes around. Mother's Day is way more celebrated, all the time. They acknowledge more moms on a regular basis than they acknowledge dads.
But on Mother's Day.
No, not on Mother's Day. Just in general. Period. If you look at, I want you to look at all the people that recognize. So think about the celebrities. Just think about even celebrities get up, they win an award, they be like, I want to thank my mom. Nobody's like, I want to thank my dad. They don't say that.
Okay. Hold on. There you go. Okay, hold on.
Okay. I really just want you to consider. I'm not going to say that you're not right. I don't know who gets.
This is what I love, though.
Personally,
this is why you have. This is why my back here. But this is
I'm
why
not
you
gonna
gotta.
say nothing else
This is
after
why
this.
you gotta kick in the conversation. I'm sorry, Kid. Go ahead. My
I
fault.
just personally feel like it's not like that. I do hear a lot of blame when it comes to women. Even when 40-year-old men cheat, they be like, it's his mama fault because his mama there. You know what I mean? So it don't feel like acknowledgement. It don't feel like appreciation. I don't need you to be like, you're the best mom in the world, but, you know, pay my bill or something. Do something. Be like you are really, you know what I mean? It doesn't really happen like that. After a while, I felt like I was like, I don't even care. I don't need the appreciation. I don't need none of that. My kids are good. I'm good. I don't even care, but I don't get it. I don't see it. I don't hear it. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I know there are women out there who are celebrated, but I just don't know. I hear what you're saying about the Mother's Day stuff, but on a day-to-day basis, a lot of women get treated like that's your job. That's what you're supposed to do. I could get up and walk away from my kids and not take care of them. That's not what I'm supposed to do. I do it because I know better. I do it because I love these kids and I'm going to do it. But a lot of women are not getting that appreciation. I don't think. I'm not going to say a lot. Yes. I don't know everybody's.
What you say?
But I don't feel like that.
What
is
you
what
say?
I'm saying. And I get sick of the blame too. Every single thing that somebody does wrong, when the kids are shooting each other, it's the mama fault. It's the mama fault. What about the missing parent or the dad or the kid's mental health? We don't know. But the mother gets the blame, and I don't like that. That's
Girl,
all I'm
what?
saying.
I love you.
Somebody give
I
Kia a
love you.
hug.
Can
There's
somebody-
a person in the back that got a comment, but yeah,
How many
somebody need to give
moms
Kia
we
a
got in the
hug.
building? How many moms we got? If you're a mom, raise your hand, please. If you're a mom, raise your hand. If you're a mom, raise your hand. You're a mom, raise your hand. I'm gonna do this right now. I would like to thank every mother in this building for what you do. Okay? You have a thankless job. Nobody acknowledges what you do. We are going to take this time to make sure we acknowledge all that you do. And I'm not joking, I'm dead serious. But I understand, I understand the laughter behind it, but you do need to be acknowledged. From her perspective, she's saying like, yo, I don't get any kind of praise. I might not even want it, but you do deserve it. There's kids out here that are successful and they thank their mama for just sacrificing what they did. You know what I mean? My mom passed away 2020. Tuesday, I went to go see her because I had to go see her. And I just thanked her for her sacrifice. I didn't know what it meant to be a parent, but I knew what she sacrificed. So a lot of times you have to just say, thank you. If it's any time that somebody didn't say thank you, this is the time right now we're going to say thank you for what you do and how you do it. There are some beautiful kids in this world. They don't come in this world without you. So we thank y'all for y'all sacrifice, bearing the kids, birthing the kids, raising the kids. With nobody being like, hey, you're doing a great job, because you all are doing a great job. You're all here tonight, so you're all doing a great job. So thank y'all, appreciate y'all, love y'all. Hold on, we got some comments in the back. Wait, let's get our comment right here.
Well, you stole what I was about to say, but yeah, a lot of times we don't get thank yous at all. Most of our thank yous come from other women. Most of our thank yous may come from our children, depending on how you raise them. Most of our thank yous come from strangers, white, clear people. So, there are, it's more than just a thank you. It's not even, it's more so gratitude, I think, more than thankfulness. Because a lot of us don't have the opportunity to, have someone like a mom in our life. And a lot of times the moms are doing everything. They are literally doing everything. We are doing everything, even with the man there. Yes. The man is ever present. He's present monetarily, yes. He provides, yes. But as well as I see some women that are thankful to their husbands when they come home and they have their dinner waiting for them, or their clothes are ready for work the next day, or things like that, they still don't get a thank you. They still don't get a thank you. So when we say we do everything, it's not to take away from what the man may do or what he does. It's the fact that we always acknowledge the male, but the male never acknowledges the female.
True stuff. I agree.
And that would change a lot of things. And the only way the only way that works is when you have to switch shoes. That's the only way they
till you see it yourself.
Till they feel it.
Yeah, till you feel it yourself.
You feel that poop, you feel that smack, you feel that stickiness and everything that comes with the children. Then you know, oh, this is what she deals with every day.
Yeah.
She does this every day? Every day?
Yeah.
Yeah, all day.
I feel you.
So.
We got a comment. We got a comment in the back, but let's go to Monica right here first. Jelani, right here. Let's go to Monica right here. Let's go to Sister Monica. No, right here, right next to you, right here.
I wanted to get back. I understand as women, yes, we want our credit, but for me, I think that it's very important to give the men credit that are doing things, because there's not many men that do. So even like you, Jay, I praise you. My brother, I think he's a fantastic father. Because there are so many men that don't do what they're supposed to do, why not encourage the ones that are? So I do. Give them credit. Make them feel like they matter as well, too, because they're supposed to do so many different things. So if they're stepping up and they're playing their role, I think we should support them. I know we do a lot, but, again, you don't see a lot of men that's stepping up. They don't.
Yeah.
So, yes, let's encourage the ones that do. And I tell you that all the time, Jay.
You sure do. You sure do.
Give you your props. So I think the men need our support as well. We do a lot, but let's give those men that's actually doing more let's give them their props too. That's how.
Thank you. Yeah, see? Thank you, Monica. Thank you, Monica. Love it.
Okay.
Love it. We got a comment in the back.
There you go.
I just wanted to bring everybody's attention to something that's happening in real time. I am on a board of a company called epicwill.com, speaking to the acknowledgement. And I don't think that single black women, single mothers around the world get the acknowledgement that they need. But I do think there's something demonic against giving single mothers their credit. I am on the board of a company called epicwill.com. We offered every single mother a free will on the website. It was stated, if you are a single mother, you can get a free will. Because my brother in Christ, a covenant brother, a white Christian brother from Nashville, Tennessee, was raised by a single mother. We just came under a lawsuit by a single father and a married woman from California, and we now are looking at filing Chapter 4 bankruptcy in real time. One lawyer bowed out in Texas. Another lawyer in San Diego said, we're going. He said, I will not stop. We offered him a settlement. And this is all because we offered single mothers a free will.
You didn't offer.
There's something demonic against mothers and single women having that acknowledgement and that appreciation that it's like the enemy has really just sicked an attack on. So if you can just keep us in prayer, epicwill.com, Joshua Stewart Smith, his wife, Serica Smith, the owner of Eaton and Vine Magazine, because this is a real-life battle I am praying with them through right now as a board member.
Is there a petition we should sign?
I am trying to work for that right now and look into that right now because I do believe this requires social justice action against this. We had to take it off our website because this lawyer literally said even this week in our lawyer meeting, our legal meeting, he will not back down.
Okay. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate that, man.
Much.
Appreciate that. Do we have another comment? Was there somebody else there? We have Mike in the back.
Wow, you guys are in my prayers. But I just wanted to share something because, knowledge is power. And Mother's Day became an official holiday in 1914. So we are celebrating our 100th year, our 110th year of Mother's Day. Father's Day became an official holiday in 1972.
Wow. Sorry, dads.
So I just wanted to say that because, I've been hearing, the dad's been getting bashed, and I just wanted to, put something into perspective. We're a lot younger with our holiday.
That's what I'm saying, Mike. Hey, Lonnie, do me a favor, real quick. I actually want to get a comment from Mother Rita, if possible. I know she sits back there, she's quiet. She ain't got nothing to say. But, so first of all, let me y'all need to know about Mother Rita, okay? She raised only boys, okay? And we're not just one or two, but what, 5, 6? 6 boys.
Sound like my grandma.
This woman raised 6 boys. So just for that fact alone,
my grandma raised 5.
I'm just saying, like, as a mother raising males, it's a completely different ball game.
Yeah, it is.
Mama Rita, first of all, let me acknowledge, like, we thank you for being here tonight and for being in our presence and for being who you are. And, she used to see me right next door. She lived next door to my grandmama. She always used to be like, Jawara, you better be doing the right thing. She was a teacher like my mother was. Her and my mother grew up together, so that's why I call her my mother as well. So, Mama Rita, but I could talk a lot, but from your experience, what would you say the most important thing as being a mother and raising 6 boys? What would you say your most important aspect or experience was?
Discipline, lots of food, lots of hugs, lots of kisses, lots of you better not. Just regular stuff that I learned from my mom. I had 5 brothers, and my mother was a stay-at-home mother for most of my life that I remember until I got in high school. For some reason, she decided to take a part-time job at Strawbridge's or somewhere. And she loved it, but then didn't last long, so she came home and did all the stuff that she did. But just, a lot of love, a lot of hugs, a lot of kisses. I remember one time a young lady that grew up down the street from us on 57th Street, she said that she used to stand in her door and wait for my boys and I to come outside in the morning because she got such a big kick out of hearing all the stuff that went on. Where's your book bag? Where's your backpack? Where's your lunch? Why didn't you put it on? Get that hat on. Wrap that, whatever. And she said, and then after that, they would all line up like a row of ducks, and everybody would get a hug and a kiss and a pat on the head. And I thought that was, really funny at the time. Children just need a lot of love, and parents need a lot of support, and I had a very supportive family, and that's why I try to be a supportive person to people that I know, young women and older women and women my age, grandmothers or whatever, we have like a joke, a running joke now. Some of us are walking with canes, and so we say now we're the cane group, and we're going to support each other or, whatever. And, that's just the way it is. Mothers just need to know that they are appreciated, and you don't have to have someone tell you that you appreciate it. If you're being a good mom, you know about a look in your children's eyes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the look in the eyes of the children that are in your neighborhood. And in my case, 35 years of teaching school, 17 years on 52nd and Pine, running up and down the street, chasing behind kids and so forth and so on. So, I just thank God for the opportunities that he's allowed me to be a mom, a grandmom, first great-grandchild on the way.
Amen.
Congratulations.
Amen.
Yay.
Amen. Mama Rita, thank you so much. I really, I appreciate you just from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate you for all you do. What's the next question? Next question. She's going to get to the next question. Okay. Next question. Y'all ready for the next question? This is a good one. Okay. It's a real good question. Okay. It's kind of this is set up. We're going to transition to the next thing because we talked about gender roles and how they change, but I think this question will hit us all, right? Okay. So for women and men, if your partner cheats, do you stay?
Oh, can I answer?
Everybody said no. Everybody like, hell no, I ain't staying.
Can I answer?
I ain't staying.
Okay.
Go ahead, T, what you got?
All right, so this is how I'll throw it out there. Everybody just sat here and it was like, no. But how many people, if they're being really honest, are still with the person that cheated on them? Like, let's be honest about it. You know what I mean? Even in past relationships. And then, and you know what? And people will be like, who? Not me. Let's be honest with ourselves. How many of us have found out that their men have cheated and still stayed with him? Now, you might not be with him today, but you stayed with him. Let's not lie. Let's not front. Let's be real. Oh, we got questions, comments.
We got comments.
Like,
we got they going in.
A whole bunch going on
they
in
going
the
in.
back.
We got comments in the back.
Let's keep it real, people. Let's keep
comments
it real.
in the back.
When I was in college in my first relationship, my girl cheated on me, and I decided to stay with her because that was the person that I felt like I was in love with. I was hurt. But then, as the relationship kept going on, she after she apologized, she kind of was doing similar type of behavior. I don't know if she did it again, but I felt like she did it again, and I just believed in my gut that that's what she was doing. Mm-hmm. So then I ended the relationship because I was like, you don't respect me, clearly, because you didn't respect me by cheating in the first place. And then now it's like, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me, type of deal. Yeah.
And
so after that second time, I was like, we done.
And you know what? And that's an honest answer. Because in relationships, if you really like somebody in a relationship, when they do something wrong, you realize, all right, but they're not a perfect person. And I really do like them. So I'm going to rough it out. I'm going to give you a pass this time around. And like you said, you cheat on me once, shame on me. You cheat on me twice, you feel what I'm saying? And it goes from there.
Yo, look.
And that's my fault. Just to double down. That's just me being in a boyfriend and girlfriend type vibes.
Right. But that's
marriage is for better or worse, for rich or for poor, in sickness and in health, as long as, till death do y'all part. So if you have somebody who's wilding and cheating, y'all need to go to counseling. Y'all need to do that necessary steps. Y'all need to go to church. Y'all need to find y'all relationship with God. But whatever the case may be, nowadays, because of because of the way that society makes it so easy to divorce, it's like, oh, marriage. It's like, is marriage even like a?
Is it real?
Is it even a what it used to be? Now it's like just a business arrangement. It seems.
Yes.
So my thing is this: you gotta be careful who you decide to lay with first and foremost, and most importantly, definitely figure out who you marrying.
But
Because
if that
person cheated on you, if that person cheated on you in marriage, 9 times out of 10, that person was cheating on you before you got married.
Listen.
And they probably been a cheater.
If you cheat in a relationship, you tainted the relationship. It's tainted.
Yeah,
it ain't as pure as it was before. I know people like, we can come back from that. Actually, let's make sure we get Kiara over here too. Make sure we get her comment. Sometimes I think we don't live in a fairy tale world, but just on the outside looking in, if somebody cheats, that relationship is kind of like, it can't be the same. It's like wearing a white shirt and you got a ketchup stain on it.
You can wipe the ketchup off all you want.
You can wipe it off, but it's going to be right there. It's going to be right there. I mean, there's nothing you can do about it. It's just right there, and you're going to always look at it. You're going to be like, you got that ketchup stain on you. It's still there.
Yeah, I can see that.
I can see it. So you're always going to feel like, no matter how much you love that person, there's still that little glimmer of, like, you cheated on me.
Yeah, and it's always in the back.
It's always in the back of your head.
You know what I mean?
It's always in the back of your head. I don't.
He came home 2 minutes late.
Listen,
Where was he?
Listen, I've had infidelity in the marriage I was in. It don't keep the marriage together.
No.
Because I'm looking at you across the table like, you just a lying piece of shit.
Like,
how can I trust what you're saying?
You ain't smell like this.
You said you had broccoli for dinner, but I know you cheated, but you might be lying. Like, how do I really trust what you're even saying? You said you went to the store and you was gone for half hour, 45 minutes.
But she could have been stuck at every red light trying to get home.
Right, and I'm supposed to believe that?
Yeah, exactly.
My point is, like, it takes, from that point on, you can't trust that person no more. And the foundation of any relationship is trust. Even in platonic relationships, is trust. If I can't trust you, I can't talk to you.
I mean, but that's you.
No, that's just me.
We have some people that
these are generic, basic things. And if I can't trust you, T, as my co-host, I'm looking at you crazy. I'm turning my back to you like I don't even want to talk to you right now. I don't even trust you. That's what I'm saying. So you have to.
What I'm saying to you is, I could earn my trust back.
No, you can't. It's always gonna be there. It's always gonna be there. I'm always gonna look at you like, but you cheated that one time. 5 years down the road, we can get back on a good space, but you still cheated.
I'm not a perfect person.
So, no, you're not perfect, and I'm not asking you to be perfect.
My resume say I'm not perfect.
I'm not asking you to be perfect.
Always have a harder time accepting the fact that a woman cheated.
Yes.
Women will take the man back with no problem every time and be okay with it.
Yes.
When it comes for men, they will never. Like you said, they will grow. It's forever. It's like you're tainted. Like you said, you can't go back.
Can't go back.
That's not fair.
No, it's not.
Can I tell you a stat? Can I tell you a stat real quick? You want to know something real fast?
All right.
Okay, so you know women cheat more than men, right?
Well.
And men be so upset about it.
But I'm just saying. The facts are, the stats say that women cheat more than men.
There's a reason.
But no reason.
There's a reason.
It shouldn't be a reason.
When was this done?
It shouldn't be a reason. Nobody, I don't care what gender you are, if you cheat, you shouldn't be in that relationship.
Was this done recently in today's, like, when was this statistic done? Like, when was this done? Because
this was done, 2022?
Exactly. Oh, okay. So in this time, now, like you said, in this generation, women are getting more hip. We don't have time for that. We're not waiting around. We're cheating first because you're going to act funny. We're going to act funny too. And like you said, women do it. Women treat better than men, and they get so upset. They get mad when women cheat, like we cheat better.
But what you just said was key. Hold up, time out. What she said was key. When you say women, when you cheat better, I don't. That's like an oxymoron. If I'm cheating better. I respect that.
Okay.
What you got, Kiara? What you got, Kiara?
I want to go back to his comment.
Oh, yeah.
Marriage has always been a business agreement, to be honest.
Yes.
Because Back in the day, in order for women to move out of their homes, they had to get married. In order for them to have their own life or to get away from their family, to get a bank account, to get anything, they had to be married. So marriage was always a business agreement.
Yes.
And when you get divorced, you're giving up a lot of stuff. So you had to look at it as a business agreement.
Yes.
Because you don't want to give up all the stuff that you worked hard for because somebody decided to be stupid.
Oh.
And I feel like cheating is not a part of something that's supposed to keep marriage together because that's a choice.
Yes.
If you're deciding to cheat on me,
Yes.
I can decide to leave you.
Yes.
You don't respect me, clearly.
Clearly.
This is not where you want to be, so
Clearly.
we can go our separate ways.
What
That's
she
what it
said.
is.
I mean,
I've been there and
Thank
done that. I've
you.
stayed with a man that cheated. I will never do it again.
Yep.
Thank
and that's what
you.
it is.
See? Thank you, Tia. Thank you, Kiera. That's what I'm talking about. We had another comment. Is there a comment somewhere?
Lucinda. Lucinda, you had your hand up?
Amen. Amen.
I mean, not to put my own business out there, but it's out there. Say no. So with me and my husband and I, and it was a little bit previous to our marriage. Now, I'm not going to get into too much details, but I will say that I feel like he cheated. My definition of cheated, y'all. My definition of cheated. So with that being said, you take it there if you please. For us, obviously, we stayed together. We continue to get married. We're on our first year of marriage, so I can disagree with you, Jimmy, because that part also had to take, although he had to handle what he had to, because I didn't like the flirting. You get what I'm saying? Just doing too much, too friendly. But the forgiveness part on my end, when you forgive, I cannot forgive this man, and so, because I'm a smart ass, I do sometimes do like, because, you know, the little smart comments, but all jokes aside, when I chose to forgive him, that was a choice of mine. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Before I could come to him. So because I chose to forgive him, I prayed about it. That's how I knew that we could work through it.
Yeah.
Now, he also showed me in his actions how he changed. Not, I'm going to not hear what you, I mean, this man, I never in my life thought somebody could show me in their actions, like, I'm a different person. He literally showed me in his actions. It could be something small that I would say to him, and I would just see that he's paying attention. You get what I'm saying? And maybe the whole, because we're married, this also was for him the first very serious relationship. So sometimes when men get that cold feet and they backtrack and I also had to let him know some women find you attractive because you're married to me. Some women are on your heels because they see that you can be committed. Some women are trying to slide in them DMs because they see the type of father he is. So I said, don't get caught up in what you think it is, and then they can get over there and they ain't going to want to do no dishes. They ain't going to want to deal yet. You know what I'm saying? Deal with all the things that I deal with on a daily basis. So, again, I'm just going to play devil's advocate because I went through it. I didn't hear anybody else or see anybody else raise their hand that went through it and stayed through it. I stayed through it, and I don't believe that is something that's continuing. You get what I'm saying? And I really feel like since we had the conversations, the hard conversations, the things that maybe we should have had previous, that I think are just, in my eyes, a limit of cheating. I do feel like we got closer. We both have a greater respect for each other, and I just feel like I married my best friend, you know?
Thank you. Thank you so much for being very honest.
What we got? We got somebody? We got another comment? Oh, okay. All right, here we go.
I add a pastoral perspective, honestly. I
Mm-hmm.
just gotta add a perspective.
Yeah. Lord.
You know, as a counselor, I've been called in on so many adulterous situations, honestly, where both the wife and the man cheated. And many of them were ministers.
Oh, wow.
And I never tell people what to do. I always leave it with that person. I love what this sister just said. It was her choice to forgive.
Yes.
But I always ask one question, and I'm just going to leave this with the room. I always ask the partner who did not commit adultery, was that the person's character in the beginning?
Oh,
because
good
some
question.
people get in a dark place.
Yes.
And when the hounds of hell grip them, they can make a real dumb decision. But that may have not been their decision. That may not have been their character in the beginning. And I always ask that question, and then the counseling process and the spiritual process continues.
I can dig. Oh.
Thank
yeah,
you.
We got to get our comments up here. Yeah, no, we got both of them. We get both of them.
I'm gonna get them. Before we continue, though, I have a question for the room as well. What qualifies as cheating? And the reason I'm asking that is because
great question.
I was in relationships, but I also had a lot of female friends, and people would always assume that I was being physical with them, and I wasn't. But there are other types of cheating, and that has to be decided between the two people in that relationship. There's emotional cheating.
Yeah.
So you were never physical with a person,
Yeah.
but you spend a lot of time with them. Like, people have like work wives, work husbands, what have you. And I just want that to be qualified. Like, what is cheating? Because just because you're not physical with somebody doesn't mean that.
Oh, no, you cheating, no.
You aren't kind of
You cheating.
But you know what?
You cheating.
Can I go off of what? Can I go off of what he said?
You cheating. I'm saying if I got a relationship and I'm spending more time with this person, I don't care if we smashing or not. I have interests. I like spending time with you. You cheating.
But you know what?
No,
Period.
You see people at work more than you see people, your spouse.
Oh yeah, for
So
sure.
that doesn't. How do you
For
make?
sure, but
That's
you
what I'm
cheating.
saying. Who's next?
You
Okay,
cheating.
so hold on.
I love
So
it.
can I
Let's get. Hold on. Let's get Lynn. Let's make sure we get
Can I make a
Lynn.
comment?
Let's make sure we get Lynn. Hold up. Let's make sure we get Lynn in. Which? Oh, okay. Lynn, what you got, sister?
So I think we started off with the initial question about healing, right? And so I believe that we have a lot of adults still dealing with childhood trauma.
Yes.
And they're bringing that forward, and healing needs to take place within themselves. So you're coming to a situation, a relationship, and you're play acting because you don't have the tools to do what's necessary to be the husband, to be the wife. So you're play acting, but a trigger can happen. It has nothing to do with you, with that person. It's triggering from the time that you saw mommy and daddy have a conversation, and so it's you're doing this or you're doing that. So now we accuse versus having a conversation.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so if conversations are so, and it's sometimes just having a goddamn conversation with yourself.
Yes.
Like, who am I? What am I doing? We don't even know what we want. We don't even have a clue of how to help somebody treat you. Because love is just the bare minimum.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
But I
is.
also need to be respected, heard, understood, and appreciated. Love is just the bare minimum. But if I'm not doing that for myself, then how can I expect someone else to show up? So we teach people how to treat us.
Yes.
Based on how we treat ourselves.
That's right.
Thank you.
That's right.
Now, can I
Fantastic.
make a
Yeah, go ahead.
comment?
Go ahead.
All right. So I'll make this comment. And this is with what's your brother's name?
Lonnie.
Jelani.
Yes.
This is based off of what you were saying. Now, if you are very mature, it is okay for you to have a male or a female best friend. It's okay. Now, the other part of that is your significant other also have to be somebody who is mature as well. If they got insecurity issues, that's not your fault. You know what I mean? And I'm sorry to say it, but in a workplace, there's always going to be a guy that I get along with really, really well. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that he's better than my husband, but you know what? Me and him, we get along really, really well. That doesn't mean that, and I don't consider that cheating. That's just my homeboy, and we get along well. And maybe sometimes I don't feel like sitting with my girlfriends and gossip about hair and fingernails and shoes. Maybe I want to talk sports, and this is my go-to guy.
That's real.
Doesn't mean that me and him got anything going on. That's my boy. Doesn't mean that I'm cheating, but y'all saying that like You know, and somebody is like, well, you know what, y'all together all the time, so y'all must got something going on. How come he can't just be my best friend? And how come my husband has to be my only best friend? How come I can't have other guy friends? What's wrong with that? And, I mean,
Thank you.
And that's the other
The
thing.
B
It's
word.
Not, it's not like I'm calling him
The B
2,
word.
3 o'clock in the morning. No, when I see him, we be chilling. Ain't nothing wrong with it. You know what I mean? And not even that, but it all depends. And my thing is,
I'm just
if
saying to you,
I'm secure,
when it hit the fan, I do call you if it's 3
you know
o'clock
what
in
I
the
mean?
morning.
If I'm secure, I expect my husband to be a secure person as well.
You would hope so.
I've seen my husband have other female friends.
Yeah.
And I know them. I got their phone numbers. I know how to find them. You know what I mean? And not only that, but if something happens to my husband and they give me a phone call like, yo, your husband just passed out, I'm like, thank you, sis, I'm on my way. That's how it's supposed to be. When I'm not around, I expect you to keep an eye on my man. You know what I mean? And my thing is, I know all of my, put it this way, and I know it sounds crazy, but
Hold on, you done got it. What's the name out of that one, T?
yeah, look, I'm just saying.
Look at the squad.
My husband, my husband, I can't be.
Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Hold on, let her finish. Let her finish.
Hear me out.
Let her finish. Let her finish. Let her finish.
Hear me out.
Let her finish.
My
Let her
husband
finish.
has other female friends, and I consider them to be family. I'll put a person's name out there. Her name is Myra. Myra is like not only my best friend, but I met her through my husband. I'll give a prime example. We were at my daughter's wedding. My husband passed out. Myra, my husband's friend, female friend. I met Myra through my husband. She pulled me aside and said, yo, you need to come outside. I said, girlfriend, what's going on? She said, it's your husband. You understand what I'm saying? And I didn't think anything of it. She pulled me aside. She said, something's wrong with your man. I ran outside. He passed out at my daughter's, you know what I mean? And I didn't think anything of her, like, why you coming over here talking about my man? And what you know about my man? And what's going on with my man? And how come you telling me? And how come somebody else ain't telling me? No, she's family. You understand what I'm saying? So it's the maturity level. If, like I said, I know all of my husband's female friends, we consider them to be family. If you're not secure and you're not mature, then yeah, anything he do, anybody he around, you're going to be looking at him sideways. You just got to have that kind of relationship with your best friend who should be your significant other.
I can dig it. We got comments in the audience. We got comments out here. What's your name, sis? I'm sorry.
Kayla.
Go ahead, Kayla.
What you said about, like, what are different ways of cheating? When I was with my daughter's father, we went out on a date somewhere, and he just felt the need to tell the bartender that he liked her tattoos. She was, like, really tatted, and I felt like that's, like, a way of flirting, and that is, that was kind of rude, I feel like, to tell her that he liked her tattoos. They were nice, but you didn't need to say
That was my question. If her tattoos look nice, what's the problem?
She said, wait. She said, they were nice, but he didn't have to say nothing. Kayla, he didn't have to say nothing, right? He could have kept his mouth shut, right? He could have just been quiet. I'm here with my woman. I shouldn't be, or rather, commenting on another woman while I'm with my woman, right? That's pretty much what it was.
But she didn't say anything about the size of the chick's boobs. She just said she had nice tattoos.
But if she had tattoos on her boobs, then that would look kind of crazy, right? All right, okay, that's right. What you say, Kayla?
We're everywhere.
Huh?
She was covered.
She was everywhere, right?
Yes.
So yeah.
But does that qualify as cheating? And the reason I'm asking is because wait. The reason that
there's no way in the world.
Is flirting cheating? Everybody agrees to that?
Yes.
We got
wait, let me no, for real. I'm asking because I need to know. I'd like to know. I don't think it is. But
hold on. We got Miss Lucinda.
Please.
Was it Miss Lucinda that had a comment? Oh wait, before we move on, this young lady right here is sitting in front of me. She had a comment a while back, and I wanted to make sure we got her comment.
My comment was towards the cheating thing. I stayed with somebody that cheated, and for me, I would never do that again because it's mentally not worth it.
Oh yeah. Okay. Oh yeah.
You know, like you're not gonna believe nothing he says, nothing he does. I'm not going through that. I don't have to, and I'm not.
See?
Okay. Now to piggyback off of her talking about the flirt and the tattoos, I just feel like with men, no disrespect to the men in the house, but men are dumb. Like, you know, like they don't know what to say. I definitely would have been upset, but they don't know. Certain things they don't know. I don't believe he knew that. 'Cause yeah.
Flirting is one thing, but when you say someone like women, we flirt with each other. Like we
Right,
flirt
right.
all the time, it's a little flirtation. When a man compliments us, sometimes it's not a flirt.
Yeah, but what if he really just liked her tats and there was nothing else to it? You know? Like one of those kind of things is like, you don't know which way to go with it because she said the tattoos was nice, but it's like.
But you know, the one thing I was gonna say though is that there's something called etiquette, right?
Yes.
So
yes.
when you're with your woman, you don't be out in public be like, I like your tattoos. Because I already know what response I'm gonna get. You might think we dumb, but we actually smarter than what we look like. So if I'm in the bar, let me tell you what's going on in my mind. I see something I might be like, you know what? She's tatted up. I better not open my mouth. You get what I'm saying? Let me not say nothing. Let me not say. I can compliment with my eyes and not with my mouth. You know what I'm saying?
That's because you've been with a woman that has value. You know, it's different type of women out here.
Oh, no, that's just my game. That's just the way I got kept.
But different type of women. It's different type of women.
I'm just saying. Well, I'm just playing.
She checked the situation where another woman would have been like, yeah, her tattoos are nice. You know?
I mean, yeah. It depends on the woman. It does. It does.
And with
It
her
does.
value,
I mean, and she could have been with.
I'm with her. Like, excuse me.
Yeah.
Like, that's something we talk about together.
Yeah.
That's too much.
Yeah.
You went too far.
Okay.
And, you know.
I'll give you one. If I'm over here with you and we sitting with this woman and I sit there, I'll be like, yo, baby, what you think of them tattoos?
I'm good with that. I'm like, ooh, they real nice.
And now that changes the conversation, right?
Yes.
Right?
Yes,
You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yeah, but for you to say that, it's like, oh.
We ain't as stupid as we look, though. I'm gonna tell you that right now. We ain't stupid as we look.
Some of them are. Some of them are.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I love it. Is that Meryl? Is that Meryl? What's your name? Mariah. Thank you, Mariah. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. We got another comment. What's up? We got one in the back. We got a comment in the back. Let's get that comment. Let's get that comment in the back. 2 minutes. This comment in input time. Let's do it that way.
No,
I like that.
Anyway,
we
got
15. We got 15. Oh, yeah, we got to do raffle down.
The tattoo comment, and I just was saying, if the gentleman she was with would have mentioned it to her first to say, I like her tats, that shows a sign of respect that the person you're with before you addressed it to this random lady that I like your tats. That's all we were discussing. And he was saying, is it really a difference? I said, yes, it's a difference.
This is how you go about it.
Respecting the woman you're with by saying, I'm acknowledging that I'm with you, is by saying, oh, look at this lady's tats, I like them. And then if you say something to her, I'm more at ease that you're going to say something to her.
Right.
See, Kayla, you see what you started, Kayla? See, Kayla over there, look at her. She done started something over there. Kayla done started something.
So...
What's up, Big Mike, man? What's up, boy?
I feel like that situation, when that situation happens, it's more so like a reflection of the person who's feeling some type of way's character in regards to previous trauma, as well as previous experiences, as well as their own, I guess, territorial, natural human behavior for their partner. Now, me, if my girl is with me and a dude walks up and compliments her, I'm like, that's why she with me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna feel no type of way. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'll be like, I know, right? I might even dap him up. You know what I mean? Like, I know she fine. That's she with me. But then again, it's like the culture here in the United States is so different from like other places. Because like once you leave the country and you go to other places and you see how things really are.
That's true.
You experience like different settings and you see how
people respond.
Like for instance, like if you go to Carnival, that's a place where everybody, or like Juve or something like that, that's a place where everybody be dancing with everybody, half naked, living their best life. Nobody, I mean, sure, there's probably people cheating, but for the most part, people go there with their significant others and have a good time and then come back like it's nothing.
Yeah.
And they was dancing on everybody. That's not cheating, but in a, you know, but if I give somebody a too long of a hug, what was you doing?
Yeah, yeah.
But anyways,
I feel you. Oh, we got a comment, Miss Lynn. Go ahead, Lynn.
So, I think I'm on. So, if you know your significant other, because that's what you're calling them,
Has security issues?
We're not testing those insecurities because we're working through them. We understand that she has them or he has them, so we're not going to have that behavior to trigger those insecurities.
There you go.
And if you are doing that and you know your significant other, then you're being intentional. And so you may not be a jackass, but you have jackass tendencies.
The C's.
If you're triggering that. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But he also knows her or him. Right. And so it's that respect thing. It's definitely that respect.
This is the part.
I love it. I love it. We got more comments. We got one more comment. We got one more, Lonnie. We got one more. You said, why is everybody cheating? I don't know, Ms. V. I mean, because people don't want to. People want to have their cake and eat it too. That's pretty much why.
No, people think that the grass is greener on the other side.
We got one more comment over here. We got one more right here, Lonnie.
Okay, so listening to everyone's comments about cheating and relationships and do's and don'ts and everything. Earlier this year, I had a conversation with one of my daughters. And I'm a single mom. I raised 4 girls by myself. And the question that was posed to me was, my daughter asked me, what does a relationship look like? And I couldn't really answer her. All I could do was give her examples of what I thought relationships were to look like or what they are. So I said, your grandparents are married. They died together. Your other grandparents are married. They died together. Your father's married. I'm not. I'm single. So I could not provide her an example of what relationship is. So she struggles. And I'm sure a lot of young women and men struggle with relationships because they do not have a sample, a home sample, or a significant set of people they can go to say or inquire or find out. Because a lot of those are far and few between, or they no longer exist. And if they are so quantified in a different way that's not really an expectation of an everyday person. So you'll see people on television, oh, look at the Beyonce and Jay-Z. You don't know those people. You don't know who they are behind closed doors. You don't know how people live their lives outside of you.
Yep.
We don't know. And until we learn or can appreciate or show, you're going to have everything you have out here. It's going to be a variety of whatever.
Yeah.
So I say that to say that, you know, a relationship is definitely nowadays whatever you choose to make it.
Okay.
And the dynamics could be great and they could be crazy. They could be toxic. They could be, you know, wonderful.
Yeah.
It could be rivers and butterflies and rainbows, and sometimes it's not. It's a struggle.
Yeah.
So I guess the relationships are, from past to future, they're always going to change. They're always going to change. They're always going to evolve because people are still evolving.
Yeah.
And until everyone gets to that place where they need to be individually, you're going to have to go through a bunch of hills, humps, bumps, roller coasters, merry-go-rounds, ups and downs until you land it.
Thank you so much for your comment. This is the part where we say.
Oh wait, we had
Should we?
one more. I need to let her make a comment. Please let
Ms.
her
Lucinda?
make. Please.
Okay, Ms.
Please,
Lucinda,
please, please.
you have the very last comment for the end of the night.
Okay, I'm coming from old school, okay? My grandmother always taught me that you and your partner, you have friends, he has friends. But you know each other's friends. But at that same time, you do not put all your trust in those opposite friends.
Yeah.
Because your best friend
should be
will know what's going on in your relationship, and they can turn around and use it against you, especially if deep down inside they never said anything to you, but they want your man too. Okay. Even your sister, they think they are though. They claim to be. My grandma said, don't even trust your sisters.
Okay. Thank you,
Love
Ms.
it.
Lucinda, for your
Thank
comment.
y'all. I want to thank everybody for their comments
Yes,
tonight.
thank you, everybody, for
this has
coming
been
out.
fantastic.
Yes.
Y'all have been phenomenal. The comments have been great.
Yes.
The input has been great. I want to take this moment before we do our raffle. I want to thank again our sponsors, Daily Dressings Essentials. Shout out to Daily Dressings. Thank y'all so much. Appreciate y'all. Did y'all have a good time tonight?
Yes, thank you.
Fantastic, fantastic.
So
Okay, let's do it.
This concludes our second episode
Of
Taste and Talk.
Yep, yep.
Thank you, everyone, for coming out. Ty, do you have anything to say to the crowd? I'm all good. Thank you, everybody. And I would say thank you, everybody that showed up and showed out. We really appreciate
Yeah,
you.
y'all were
And
phenomenal.
Jimmy, you get the last words.
Y'all
Go
were
ahead,
phenomenal.
baby.
What's my last words? You said what? We
got you.
Miss
We got
Lucinda,
you.
we
will
gonna
take-
make sure we get a picture of Miss
We will
Lucinda
take
for sure.
pictures in the back where the backdrop is
Yep.
with the logo.
We'll make sure
Everybody
we get a
can take
picture.
pictures back
Make
there
sure
with
we get a picture.
everybody.
Raffle
we will take
going.
the pictures. And Jimmy, you had
Raffle
something
going.
to say?
Yeah, raffle going. Let me read the raffle
Hold on,
first.
hold
Let me read the
All
raffle
right.
first. Let's read the
No,
raffle.
say your tag and then we'll read the raffle.
Oh, read the
Say
raffle?
your tag.
Okay. Well, I just wanna thank everybody for coming tonight. Whenever you see, we do this show on the radio, and we don't get to see people. We hear them, and we know they're listening. We get their input, that kind of thing, but we never get to see you. And this is a reward for us because engaging with the community, engaging with our audience, is what we want to do as podcasters, as hosts and radio hosts. That's what we want to do. So I appreciate all your comments, whether I agree with them or disagree with them. I appreciate all your comments, all your input, all your insight. And I love the fact that we all are different, and we all can come to a place and share our differences, even though we're different. So I greatly appreciate all y'all coming out tonight on a regular basis. I will end my tagline, okay? I got you. I got you. So until the next episode, you can find us on Good Hope Road, screaming, stay up, don't sleep in your dreams. And I ask you, please call someone. Maybe you talked to them yesterday. Maybe you ain't talked to them a year ago. But call them and tell them that you love them, because you never know when you might get another chance. I thank y'all for coming out each and every time. Y'all listening to us and all that supporting us. We thank y'all so much. Illadelphia Radio, Jimmy Bond's Podcast. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all.
Fam, that's going to wrap the show. We want to thank you for listening to Jimmy Bond's Podcast on Illadelphia Radio. We ask you to leave your comments and questions at 844-844-1244. Again, that's 844-844-1244. You can also email us at jimmybondspodcast@gmail.com. Again, that's jimmybondspodcast@gmail.com. That's JIMMYBONDS podcast@gmail.com. Now remember, family, we are still in the COVID-19 pandemic. So please, please, please remember to wash your hands, wear a mask, and practice social distancing. Also, remember to take nothing for granted and value every opportunity you have with your friends, your family, and your loved ones. For in these times, every moment is sacred. So until the next episode, you can find me on Good Hope Road, screaming, stay up, don't sleep in your dreams. I'm Jimmy Bonds, and I'm out.
Fight on, come on.